Today we're kind of smushing, it's a nice word, smushing two video ideas into one. Originally, this video was going to be reading my 2024 TBR, but I saw someone do a random number generator picks how many pages I read, and then I was like, I kind of want to do that instead. And then last night I thought just do both, it's fine, we can do both. So that is today's video. A random number generator is going to pick a number of pages for me. I think we're going to do 5 days, but we might do 7 if I'm vibing with it. And then we're going to read some of the books from my 2024 TBR, because I'll put a graphic on the screen, but we are not doing well. I think I've read 4. I think I've read 4 of my 2024 TBR, and we're basically halfway through the year. Like, that's not ideal. So I'm gonna see if we can hopefully tick off at least 3 books this week, maybe even more. And I have a few of those books on my monthly TBR, so these are kind of the priority, but we might venture out if we're feeling adventurous and or bored. I'm kind of, here's the thing, the book that I'm most scared of is Circe, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just start with this to like not get it out of the way, because I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm just scared, and I've been putting it off for quite a while because it's Greek mythology, which I don't think I've ever read a Greek mythology book, but I've heard people say that it's like quite an accessible Greek mythology, like it's quite easy to read, and I feel like everyone loves it, so I think we might start with this. Okay, so if the angle changed, my memory card gave out on me immediately. I'm going to get up a number generator. I'm thinking we're going to do up to 250 pages. The only thing I have today is a meeting this afternoon, so like hypothetically I have lots of time to read today. Okay, let's see how many pages we will be reading today. 145. Okay, that's middle. That's middle. I can do that. As I say, I think I'm going to start with Circe, so 145 takes us to there, so just under half of the book. I'm actually so like deeply stressed to read this book, but I genuinely think it's going to be fine. I think I've just overhyped it in my head, but I need to get through this 2024 TBR, and this at least feels like a fun way to do it, to give it like a bit of a challenge. So 145 pages to be read today, and we are starting with Circe. Let's go. Alright, it is actually much later. It is 7:30 p.m. and I have done my 145 pages of reading, so we are, yeah, literally just under halfway, probably like 45% through the book, and I'm actually really liking it. It is so fast paced. There are a lot of names in it, which I feel like took me like a minute to get my head around, but I think I've done it. It is definitely accessible. Like, I'm not reading it feeling like, you know, books that are so intellectual that they make you feel stupid. It's not like that. Like, I can tell the writing is intelligent and the author is intelligent, but she doesn't write in a way that feels like belittling. I feel like everyone knows the kind of books I mean, where you read it and you're just like, right, I just don't know what's going on. This isn't that at all. I will check in with you in the morning when we do our next number generator, and hopefully we'll get a good number. Good morning, it is the next day, and I'm just pulling up the random number generator to pick today's pages. So we will go 250 again, and let's see how many we get today. 119. Lovely. That would take us to page 264. Okay, so we will not quite finish the book today, but like nearly. I mean, maybe I'll end up finishing the book, we'll see. I have actually a really busy day today, so when I'm going to find the time to read 119 pages, I don't know, but I'll check in with you when I've done it. Okay, hi, hello. I'm about to go to work, if you can't tell. I have done my reading for today. I have made it to page 264, which is 119 pages read today. Listen, I think I made a mistake. I switched over to the audiobook today because I've had so much to do today, and I just thought, audiobook, I can do the things I need to get done, and I'll audiobook it, I'm into the story, it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. I I've gotten really lost, which I think is probably my own fault. I don't think it's necessarily like the format of the audiobook. Maybe I should have slowed it down. I normally listen on 1.75, so I just stuck it on that. I literally have gotten all of the characters so confused because there are still so many names, and there's like a few characters who have quite similar sounding names. And I don't know, there are just so many people, and maybe if I had a better understanding of Greek mythology, I would be fine, but I don't, unfortunately. Or at least not of, like, this story. And I'm struggling. I kind of wish I hadn't done that, because I was literally saying yesterday how accessible it was, and now I don't think it's the writing's problem, because I read, you know, the first half and had no issues at all, but now the whole bit I've listened to on audiobook, I'm not confused, I know what's happening, I've just gotten quite a few of the characters mixed up, which is not ideal. Anyway, I need to go to work now. We've got, I don't know, probably like 60, 70 pages left, so we will definitely finish this book tomorrow. I'm definitely going to finish it like physically, because I don't know what it was about that audiobook, but maybe I'm just stupid, or like because I was listening to it while doing other things. Like, it was probably a combination of. But yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely going to finish this physically, because it's so interesting and it's so fast paced. But because it was fast paced, all of the characters just, anyway, I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, but that has been my reading experience today, which is not ideal. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to work now, so I will check in with you in the morning and see how many pages we have, and we'll be starting a new book tomorrow as well, hopefully. I've just washed my hair, so if it looks weird, ignore it. But it is day 3, and we're going to pull up the random number generator and see how many pages we are reading today. I am hoping to definitely finish Circe today and then to start a new book. So hopefully we get a decent amount of pages. I have 71 pages left. Okay, let me put in 250. Let's see how many pages we have today. If it's under 71 or whatever I just said, I may just roll again and like maybe add the 2 numbers together, which might end terribly, but like hopefully it won't. Okay, let's just see what we have. 91. No, but hang on, no, that's annoying, because that means I will have to start 20 pages of another book. Okay, here's the thing, because now I have the difficult decision of I could roll again and add the 2 numbers together, but I could end up with like 250 plus 91. Do I risk it? Okay, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna roll again, and whatever we get next, I'm gonna add to 91. Oh god, I feel like this could go awfully. Okay, please be good. Okay, 32. Okay, so 91 plus 32, 123. Okay, that is perfect. I'm gonna finish this now, and then I will check in with you and we'll see what we're gonna read next. And I'm definitely sticking to the physical copy today. I'm not going back to that audiobook. That audiobook did things to my brain. Hello, loves. I actually didn't get the chance to talk to you yesterday. But I did do my reading, so I thought we would talk through it. So I finished Circe. Now, overall, I really, really enjoyed this book. I think it is accessible as like somebody who knows nothing about Greek mythology. I think it is an accessible text, but I wish I had not swapped to the audiobook, because I just think I screwed myself over. I feel like maybe if I'd listened to the audiobook the whole way through, or if I had maybe slowed it down, or like only listened to it, like not been doing other stuff at the same time. And it wasn't like I was completely lost and being like, I have no idea what's going on. It was just that there were 1 or 2 characters where I was like, I don't fully know who you are or what's going on with you. But I do think I will need a reread of this. Finished that, and then we started Our Wives Under the Sea. So I am on page 54, probably only about a quarter in. But basically, this follows these 2 wives. One of them has been away on a submarine mission that ended up going wrong and they submerged. You get the perspective of Leah when she's kind of like in this submarine and she's trapped, and you get the perspective of her wife Miri when she now has Leah back, and it's like something's off with Leah and she doesn't know what it is, and there's like this strain on their relationship because there's something really odd going on with her. It is pure literary fiction, flowery poetic writing. and I'm really in the mood for it and I'm eating it up. It's like creepier than I was expecting. It's almost like giving me horror vibes, which I wasn't really expecting. Because Leah's story so far is basically kind of like talking about like the slow descent and then like comms switching off and stuff. So you're kind of getting like the start of that, and then I guess we're gonna get, as the story goes on, probably like more of like what actually happened on like the 6 months she was trapped down there. It's definitely a very much like a character study, character driven book, but these two women feel so like complex and complicated and raw and real. But anyway, I'm excited to continue this today. So on that, let us find out how many pages we will be reading today. I feel like today I actually have like the most time to do stuff. The only thing I have planned today is I'm taking Smudge on a nervous dog's walk. So that's the only thing I'm doing today, meeting up with a bunch of cute nervous puppies. So I have time to read today, so if we get a high number, that'll be fine. Okay, let us go up to 250 and let's see what we get. 81. I kind of wanted more than that. Okay, well, 81 pages. So, I mean, this is not a long book, so 81 pages will take us to page 135, like 2/3 of the book. Tell you what I'll do. I will do my 84 pages, and then I may or may not, depending on how much time I have, do this again and just do a cheeky bonus second generator of the day. But we'll see, because I'm just kind of in the mood to binge this book. But let me do the 84 and then I will check in with you and see where we're at. Sorry for the no makeup jump scare, but it is actually the next day. I fully intended to check in with you after I read my 84 pages, but I read them, I made it to page 135, and then I don't know what happened. I just didn't read any more for the day, so I didn't bother doing another round on the number generator. But we did do yesterday's reading. I can't even remember what day we're on at this point, but I'm gonna do 7 days instead of 5. But I'm now pretty much, what, 2/3 through Our Wives Under the Sea. Still very much enjoying it, but I would like to finish it today. Let us, I was gonna say roll, you know what I mean, spin for our pages today. We are gonna have 146 pages today, okay? So that will definitely finish this book. I'll probably check in with you when I finish this, and then we'll see what book we're going to start next. I finished Our Wives Under the Sea. That ending, I don't know what I was expecting. It most certainly was not that. Stunning. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is the definition of open-ended. I had so many questions, not one of which was answered. I sort of love it because I feel like this is a book that I am now going to think about for months. This writing style was beautiful. All the descriptions of like this relationship and them fighting for it and the strains on it. It was haunting, it was poetic. Not a single question you have gets answered, but it's just beautiful. And I am never getting on a submarine in my life. This has given me a phobia. If you like literary fiction, please pick this up. Like, not a whole lot happens in it. It's very much character study, but it is such an interesting one. I seriously highly recommend this book. But we have now finished this and we still have some pages left. What should we start next? I think in the interest of finishing this challenge in a day or two, I'm gonna go for this, what's it called? A Bright Ray of Darkness by Ethan Hawke, because it's quite short. It is only 237 pages, so we should definitely be able to get this done in the next day or two. Yeah, I will start this now and then I will check in with you when I've started the book. Hi, lovely peeps. It is the next day. I just thought I would check in quickly before I do what may or may not be the final number generator of the video. It depends how many we get. I started A Bright Ray of Darkness yesterday. By the way, I don't think I ever said it. Is that not the most beautiful title? I think I actually ended up reading a little past our pages. I can't remember what I was meant to get to, but I got to page 75. I got quite invested in the story. So this follows William. He is like a famous actor and he has cheated on his wife, and because he's famous, it's a big scandal, it's everywhere, and he's now about to debut in a Shakespeare play on Broadway. So it's kind of a mix of like, it talks a lot about the rehearsal process and that element of the story. is so deeply stunning to me. Obviously, I'm an actor, I've performed in Shakespeare plays before, so like that side of it just hits for me because I've been through that process. Obviously not quite in the same circumstances. And then like the other side of it is like him dealing with all of the pressures and like the complexities of like that scandal, and also like his actual family dynamics and everything going on with that side. And I must say, I'm only a little bit in, but I am very much enjoying it so far. So on that, let us find out how many pages we have today. I have only got, I think, under 200 pages left because this book is only like 230 something pages. So there's a good chance we will finish this book today. Okay, we are doing up to 250. Let's see how many pages we get. 178. Is that going to take us to the end of the book though? I'm currently on 75. That will take us to the end of the book. Perfect. So that is today's mission, is to finish this. Tempted to go to a cafe, get a cheeky coffee, and read this. And does that not sound like the most beautiful way to spend your day? I think so. So I will check in with you maybe when I finish the book, or maybe midway. We'll see. I'll pass you over to Future Flow. I was literally so convinced that I had wrapped up this video. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I finished this weeks ago. Weeks might be an exaggeration, but like a long time ago that I've moved on with my life. And if I have wrapped up this video, can't find the footage, so we're going to do it again. I finished the book. I literally feel like I finished this so long ago, kind of because I did, but I don't think I did. Have I given any updates on this book? Can't remember. But I finished it and I kind of loved it. I kind of really loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I do think I was more connected to it because I'm an actor, but I don't think you need to be an actor to enjoy it. But honestly, reading about the rehearsal process of a Shakespeare play was actually probably my favourite part, even though that's not necessarily the point of the book. Like, I think the point of the book is more actually to do with his mental health and like all of his like dealing with like the kind of scandal side and like the family stuff. I feel like that was more like the message of the book, and I really loved that side. But I also just really enjoyed reading about the rehearsal process of the Shakespeare play. There was such a like deep love of Shakespeare in this book, and I feel like I've read a few books this year that have been like that, and I'm quite enjoying it. This was gorgeous. I would highly recommend this book. And it's so short, it's like 240 pages. But yeah, we're done. Let's look at my 2024 TBR. Does she look a little bit more filled out? Not really, but like a little bit more. We've now done what? We were on 4 before, so I've now read 7, which is not exactly on track, but it's better. I still have a lot that I need to get through in the next 6 or so months, but I have so much faith. We have time, it's fine. But for now, let us wrap up. Obviously, we started with Circe, which she needs a reread. She does need a reread because I did get a little lost in the middle. The writing was stunning. I do think if you haven't got any like experience reading Greek mythology, it is a good one to start with. It did feel really accessible. I just should have not switched over to that audiobook. It wasn't good for my little brain that was trying to keep up with the story. But I do think Madeline Miller is a really good writer. And I might pick up Song of Achilles, although this book did also kind of spoil that. I say spoil, like obviously it's like a well-known story, but I guess I didn't know the story, so this one did kind of spoil it, but I might pick it up anyway just because, I mean, A, it sounds heartbreaking, and B, I really like her writing style. And we did Our Waves Under the Sea, which was literally creepy, thrilling, but so like deeply gorgeous. Not a single one of my questions was answered, but I am still thinking about it, and I just think the like depiction of the relationship and the relationship kind of falling apart and all of the like metaphorical stuff that happens at the end, gorgeous. Her writing is stunning, and she's just come out with a new book called, I was going to say Saving Private Ryan, that is absolutely not what it's called. It's like Private Rights? Is that what it's called? I'll put a picture up. But I don't even know what that book's about now, but I feel like I love her writing and I now want to read that. Then we read A Bright Ray of Darkness by Ethan Hawke. I wonder if he's written anything else as well. I actually think he's a very talented writer. I think he has. It looks like he has. I don't know, I'll need to look into that. But I felt so connected to this book. Obviously, it's a book all about acting and Shakespeare and stuff, so like it's gonna speak to me. But I also just think it's a really gorgeous depiction of like mental health and like that entire world of like fame and acting, and I don't know, it was stunning. I had a good week of reading, guys. 3 very, very different books, and I've made a dent in the 2024 TBR. We've still got a way to go, but it's fine. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd love to have you for more. We have some fun videos coming up, and I hope you have a gorgeous rest of your day. Love you lots. Goodbye.